Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a small, niche little game that has sold, I don't know, 35 billion cards.
Take that, Magic. What's good, guys? It's your boy Chris here from Team APS, and I'm here with...
He pointed to
you.
Oh, Calvin.
And I'm Larry.
And today we're going to be reacting to a magician. He does card tricks.
Is this guy Daniel Roy? He's a magician. He has his own YouTube. Then we'll link it down below. And he just happened to does magic card tricks with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I'm pretty interested. I was trying to be a magician at one point. And I'll be watching a lot of videos, and I'm interested to see this
videos. I've been a big magician fan most of my life because growing up I watched a lot of Penn and Teller, and there was another one, David Blaine, of course.
Weird stuff. David Blaine.
I watched
Chris Angel.
I can't even call what he does magic. He just does crazy.
Chris
stuff.
Angel be flowing for real. But hey, I was just trying to. I was trying to be like the real dark magician. So, before we get into it, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get ready to leave a comment because this is certified. This is gonna be a banger.
I'm curious because I know a few magic card tricks.
I know a few also myself.
I don't know anything. I can barely do the riffle shuffle. That's hard for me.
If he does that with these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, though, I'm gonna.
Let's jump into it and see. We're gonna start this off.
It'll be all OTs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's video. Ridge has redefined the wallet with its slim size, sleek design, and variety of colors. It makes the perfect Father's Day gift, so pick one up today at the link in the video description.
My name's Daniel Roy, and today I'm going to be doing all of your super creative, always great, never terrible, definitely way better than mine, magic trick ideas.
I like the music.
So here's the background. I make videos that are about 10 levels of a thing. 10 levels of sleight of hand, 10 levels of 3-card Monty, 10 levels of finding the aces. In the comment sections for these videos, people often suggest what the 11th level should be.
That was the first game you ever played.
3-card Monty, right? Okay.
If
you're ever in any type of events, in the South, there's a guy. His name is Lester the Eyeball Tester. Don't ever play him in 3-card Monty. This is my warning to you.
I've never heard of this.
Specifically in the Texas area. 3-card
I've
Monty.
never heard of this guy. Can you?
In 3-card Monty,
I know how to play 3-card Monty, but who's Lester the Eyeball Tester?
It's the guy that plays it.
It's actually 2 people.
And you won't win.
That's you won't win.
Huh.
Let's get back to the video. That's just a side note. I mean, me and Calvin caught the inside joke when he said it. But yeah, just...
Comment sections are a gold mine, really bucking the trend that the YouTube comment sections are terrible. They're pretty funny, they're very wholesome, lots of interesting, creative ideas there. So I figured that as a challenge, I would try to do some of the magic tricks from those comment sections. Now, most of these comments concern the 10 levels of sleight of hand video. And if you haven't seen that video, I will get you up to speed. Throughout the video, I use 4 cards in particular, which just happen to be the 4 aces. Now, the most common suggestion was that for level 11 I should have 2 ace of spades, or 5 aces, or 10 aces, or 52 aces. Level 11 would be like, as you can see, I now have 2 ace of spades. Level 11, and as you can see, I now have 5 aces. Level 11, as you can see, now I've created a different deck of cards out of the old deck of cards, and I gave myself
we get into the
8
Yu-Gi-Oh
aces.
stuff. I get it, but
the comment section. I think y'all trolling.
I don't know if that conversation be this nice.
That's pretty nice.
Not ours.
Yeah, y'all horrible.
Whatever the heck that means. Level 11, the entire deck is made of 52 aces. Now, however much I appreciate the friendly advice, there is a problem with all of these suggestions. And in order to explain that problem, I need to recreate a small part of the video. So, I'm going to put the 4 aces into 4 different parts of the deck. And you can see that they go widely separated in the deck amongst all the other cards. And now, I'm going to shuffle those cards back into the deck. And even though it looks like I'm shuffling, what I'm actually doing is stacking the deck, which means I'm secretly...
Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Don't try this.
Don't try this at events.
Don't try it at home either.
You can try it at home.
Don't try it.
Can nobody stop you from doing it at home? But
yeah, they can. You are the Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is a guy who does this professionally.
That doesn't make it no better. Don't try it at home.
I mean,
Don't do it. Don't try it.
that's
Or
his
just-
And this
that's his liability.
is strictly for entertainment, not competition.
Yeah,
And always cut your opponent's deck.
always.
Really rearranging the cards so that when
Sometimes you gotta reach over and take their deck, but like give it.
Oh yeah, I'm cutting that today.
I deal, I will receive the 4 aces in a 5-handed game of poker. So I'll deal out a 5-handed game of cards, and because the shuffles were crooked, of course, the deals can be fair. And hopefully, on this 5-handed game, I should have received the 4 aces.
I think I know how you did that.
cards, but it doesn't really matter what my
I think I have a good idea also.
What's your idea?
I mean, he already told you he stacked them, so he just stacked them at every 5th card.
Well, I was
Something
gonna say,
like that?
I think he had all the aces on top, and he was doing like a false thing where he pulled the second card, and then when he got to himself, he just dueled the top.
I think they
card
might
real
call like a
fast.
false lead or something like
Yeah,
that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't catch none of it.
Bro.
because I was watching how he was dealing, I was like, he's doing that very fast, and I can't tell like if he's doing the second card or the first one.
Like when he was doing all this.
And then I was like, if all the aces are in his hand, then that's what he did. He just yeah,
I have nothing.
We don't know.
I was lost.
Maybe he'll show us.
maybe.
Now, the suggestions again were to make it so that many cards would be aces. I would have 2 aces or 5 aces, or the whole deck would be aces, or what have you. And the problem with this suggestion is that if the whole deck turned out to be aces, well, this would kind of undermine how impressive it was that I just dealt myself the aces. But if instead of the whole deck being aces, the whole deck were, say, kings of hearts,
I don't know how you did that shit.
just as impressive.
Hold on.
I'm lost, Chris. You got
You shocked me too.
I've been sitting there focused the whole time.
Are you okay?
Wait, did he ever show us a dick before now?
You smell smoke? No.
He technically did.
He did, but
He did when he shuffled them out.
Yeah, he
Because he
flashed them
ruffled
out.
them
He
and then
fanned
he-
them out.
Yeah. When did they all become King of Hearts?
Now, the next most popular type of comment came from a different type of card game.
Oh, let's go. That's the one.
Who do you think did Yugi's mascara?
I got a few ideas.
Imagine this guy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! He's gonna summon Exodia in his first turn. Don't let this man play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Comment section correction. You don't summon Exodia.
You don't.
You could.
Well, they got a deck where you can summon Exodia now.
You could definitely summon Exodia.
Yeah.
You can summon it, but you don't summon it.
Because you technically win as soon as you have all 5 pieces.
Yeah, you just draw them and win.
No, somebody told me if you have Exodia and they flip Solemn like Strike and then you just don't win.
Yu-Gi-Oh! He would always summon Exodia. Level 11. I have now all 5 Exodia pieces and 3 God cards. Level 11. And now, as you can see, I've dealt myself 5 aces, a 1st edition Charizard, a Honus Wagner 1909-11, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and a green card. So instead of this normal deck of cards here, we're going to need a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
When did the deck switch?
I mean, I'm sure in between the jump cuts, he just kind of like.
Was it a jump cut? Because I didn't see it.
I mean, well, it was a time when we weren't looking at him when he was like.
I'm yelling because I'm kind of confused.
I want to see what each one of those cards are. If he don't show us what the cards are, then this is
If it's like 41 forbidden droplets, he better sell them.
goddamn.
Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a Japanese trading card game that is based off of a fictional card game played within the story of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga and anime. If you have no idea what that meant, basically, there was a series of books and a TV show in which the characters would play a card game, and so they made the game for real people to play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a small, niche little game that has sold, 35 billion cards.
Take that, Magic.
It's a pretty big deal, and it's a game I played when I was younger, although I was never quite as into it as I was with other activities with cards. Now, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Comments that I kept getting over and over again had to do with a set of cards called Exodia. Exodia is a set of 5 cards. One card is the left leg, another card is the right leg, and then the left arm and the right arm, and last but not least, the head.
First and foremost, if you gonna flex with Exodia, you need to flex with Exodia.
Had the-
Them gotta be
forbidden art ones.
LOB first edition.
No,
All the YouTube video.
They came LOB, right?
Yeah.
LOB first edition.
first edition.
He might not really care about Exodia, so.
Better for this video. Make it flashy.
You gotta flash it out, man.
If you can assemble all 5 pieces, you create the ancient god Exodia or something like that. Now, what's so special about Exodia is if you draw all 5 pieces of this card, all 5 pieces of Exodia, you automatically win the game. It's a little bit like a royal flush in poker, except in poker there are 4 different royal flushes and you could get any one of them in spades, diamonds, clubs, or hearts, whereas there's only one set of Exodia in your deck. And if you can draw all 5 of those cards, you win immediately, no questions asked.
The card I pulled is Exodia, the Forbidden One. What the? I've assembled all the 5 needed cards.
I think he used the animated version.
I don't know.
So, naturally, this raises the question, can I indeed locate all 5 pieces of Exodia from this deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Well, let's find out. I believe the first piece of Exodia, the Forbidden One, is about halfway down. Should be about here. Yep, that is the left leg. For this next piece, I'm going to give these cards a few cuts like so, and I should be able to locate the right leg. There's the right leg. I'll give the cards a few cuts like this on the table to locate the left arm. You'll see this next card comes spinning out of the middle of the deck. That should be the right arm, and there's just one piece remaining, the head. So I'm going to give these cards a shuffle.
Ugh.
What?
No,
Oh, how you shuffling the
shuffle
card?
it. And those are hollow Exodia pieces. He just ruined them.
Oh, those are. He got the money for him.
Oh, they LOB?
I can't
I
tell.
don't know.
I can't tell.
We'll give them a cut, and you will see one card spin out of the middle of the deck, and with any luck, that should be the head of Exodia, the Forbidden One. Gosh, if finding a royal flush was nerdy, this is like 50,000 times as nerdy. I'm finding Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's like 4:37 a.m. What am I doing with my life? I need to reevaluate my choices. But there's a problem with what I just did, which is that in Yu-Gi-Oh, you're not allowed to go shuffling through the cards, taking out whichever ones you want. No, you just have to draw the top 5 cards of your deck, and that happens after your opponent shuffles your cards, which means your cards are just in a random order. So presumably, if my opponent shuffled my deck thoroughly, that would mean the 5 pieces, the left leg and the right leg, and the left arm and the right arm, and the head of Exodia would be in 5 different spots in the deck. So I'm going to put these cards into...
Analyze what he just said. Analyze what he just said, everybody. And this goes back to my earlier point.
Don't do this at home.
Cut your opponent's deck.
Oh,
Yeah.
He just said what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh is his opponent will shuffle his deck, and the Exodia pieces will be in 5 different places. If you always complain about your opponent drawing crazy,
Shuffle it in.
shuffle the deck.
Shuffle it good.
They might still draw crazy depending on the deck.
If you hate your opponent, give it a good riffle shuffle.
Oh, that starts fights. that starts fights.
Man, it's like 7 of us. We jumping. So
Yeah, don't try it. Let's see.
into 5 different positions. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. So the 5 pieces of Exodia go widely separated in different parts of the deck.
If he draws it, I'm calling judge.
I'd get from my opponent, which means to start out the duel, I would simply have to draw the top 5 cards of my deck. And if I've done my job correctly, you'll notice that there are no pieces of Exodia in the deck because I have drawn the right arm and the left arm and the right leg and the left leg and the head of Exodia. That's all 5 pieces of the Forbidden One. Now for any Yu-Gi-Oh aficionados out there, I figure I should find some of the other cards I commonly get asked about. So, with any luck, that
could've
should be
sworn I saw him
1
shuffling.
Blue Eyes.
Like, the deck disappeared, and we don't know what if it's the same.
was it a jump cut or am I just tripping? I could have.
It was a jump cut. That's why I'm like,
He
the
shuffled
cards
that.
were fanned out. You saw him, and then it was like back in the deck in his hand. I don't trust it.
I don't want to play this guy.
I don't want to meet this guy. My wallet be gone.
Your wallet might be gone. You let him see your deck, all the hollows out of the deck. You got like 5 cards left.
White dragon, that should be 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, and that should be all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Now there's another set of 3 cards that I commonly get asked about, So I'm going to try to transform these 3 cards into those. You'll see those Blue Eyes White Dragons transform into Obelisk the Tormentor, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and Slifer the Sky Dragon, the 3 Egyptian god cards.
All right, man.
Thoughts, comments, concerns?
I don't think you ever got to worry about this at a Yu-Gi-Oh event if you just do what you're supposed to do. But this was a cool video. He pretty much was just doing magic tricks with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I'm grown. I feel like I'm pretty intelligent, and I feel like I missed everything that happened.
You often do with these sleight of hand tricks. This was cool. I liked it. I like watching sleight of hand stuff.
It was interesting with the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Then I don't think I've ever seen anyone like do magic with a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I always joke around at my locals about my sleight of hand being great because I'm always taking people's cards off the table. I return them. I'm not a thief, but like I always just like.
Has this
I
happened
cannot confirm nor deny any statements being made right now.
Just know.
But use advocate.
Just know. But that's all we got to get today, guys. What are some of your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh tricks that you've seen somewhere? If you've seen any, if you've seen some, let us know.
Just kind of weird interactions other people have had with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, because I think there are a lot of magicians in Yu-Gi-Oh. Because some people be drawing really good, you know. And even in the anime, there were magicians in the anime. Bandit Keith, he stayed pulling cards out the sleeve.
He did. It wasn't a sleeve. It was his armband.
No, depending on what version you watched, he pulled a strap.
He did pull.
He
like Pegasus. You gonna give me what I want.
I'm not dealing with y'all, bro.
But that's all we got today, guys. Remember to comment down below. You know, let us, like I said before, let us know what some of the tricks that you know or that you've seen. Remember to like the video.
If you want to be notified when we drop other spicy content, make sure to hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
You can be notified.
And with Team APS, I'm Chris.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Larry.
That's all we got, so pass turn.